Esau is on a destruction mode, buddy. Esau, Edom, destruction mode. His job is to cut you off. All right? Right? So this is from the book is called The Conquest of the New World, American Holocaust by David E. Turner, right? And I am on the page 245. Page 245, okay? So President Theodore Roosevelt, that's what he said. He said we have to kill them and steal their land. That's the only way. Because we are the barbarian. He said we raw barbarian prime, right? They're the top wicked people. That's what they're saying. Listen, sometimes he's to be talking, they don't know. It's the most I had in their heart. Let's prove it. He said, well, prime, barbarian prime. Something prime is the first one, number one. So let's go in the Bible. We're going to go in the book of what? Malachi. We're going to prove in the book of Malachi. Let's go in the book of Malachi, right? Let's go in the book of Malachi, okay? This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1. Right, we're going to go straight to the point. This is Malachi, chapter 1, right? And verses 4. Whereas Edom say Edom is Esau, which the Greek they call Idumea. Today, they call themselves so-called white people, right? That's how they call themselves today. But according to the Bible, the biblical name of the so-called white people is Esau, Edom, Idumea in Greek, all right? So later on, they call themselves well, Caucasian. And the list goes on and on and on. They call themselves French. They call themselves American. They call themselves British, Canadian, German, Russian. And the list goes on and on and on. Keep in mind. He said, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. That said the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them, we will call them, the people who call them, right? And they shall call them, right? Let's see how we're going to call Esau, Edom. How we're going to call them. In the book, the American Holocaust, Roosevelt, what did he say? He said, well, they are what? Raw barbarian, prime raw barbarian, right? Say, but they shall build. They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of weakness. So he proving himself who? The American president Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt, he said with his own mind, he said, well, we are raw barbarian prime. He said, we the number one wicked nation. Right? He said, let's read it. They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of weakness. And the people, the nation, the group, the race, against whom the Lord had indignation forever. So the Most High is against them, man, because of their weakness. They were bound to be wicked on the earth. And you can't change it, buddy. You cannot change it. You can't change it. Plain and simple. All right? So let's go back right here in the book, the American Holocaust. All right? Keep in mind. All right? We want to put out there for YouTube. All right? Because I'm using a different camcorder. So keep in mind. So YouTube, if you hear music in the background, it is not my music. I do not own the music, and I'm not playing the music. If you hear music in the background, it's not my music. It is not my music. Okay? So keep that in mind. All right? Let's really say, it is perhaps not surprising then that this beloved American hero and Nobel Peace Prize recipient, who once happily remarked that I don't go so far as to think that the only good Indians are dead Indians, but I believe 9 out of 10 are. You see that? He said 9 out of 10 from the mouth of who? The American president. He said 9 out of 10 are dead. 9 out of 10 are dead. 9 out of 10. Imagine that. So he acknowledged that the exterminator who? The native Indian. Esau, Edom. They have said it with, this is their own word. But I believe 9 out of 10, and I shouldn't like to inquire too closely into the case of the 10th. He said, listen, man, it could be almost all of them be gone. And that's what we tell you. You don't believe it. Some of you said, oh, we're preaching hate. No, we ain't preaching no hate. That's a fact. These are history, fact. They're written books. Books upon books. I can prove it. I got plenty, so many books. I can use it to expose. But we're just going to stay on this one, all right? All right, let's see. Also believe that degenerate as well as criminal, right, and feeble-minded person should be forbidden to leave offspring behind them. You see that? You see that? You see what he said? Right? He said, also believe that degenerate as well as criminals and feeble-minded person should be forbidden. You see that? To leave offspring behind them. Right? You see that? So, literally, Esau is saying that the native Indian, they're feeble-minded. Right? That's what they said to the native Indian and the so-called black. They say we're feeble-minded. Right? They say we are weed. They got to weed us out. They got to kill us off. That's what they say. They say they got to kill them off. Margaret Sanger, the father of who? Bill Gates. And the list goes on and on and on. The Bill Clinton family. The Democrat. The Republican. The Bush family. And the list goes on and on and on. Joe Biden family. They're from the serpent seed, man. Joe Biden, they're from the serpent seed. So their job, they say, well, with feeble mind. Feeble mind, they say, you are not allowed to have baby. You are not allowed to have offspring. That's what they were saying of the native Indian. Imagine that. They said the native Indian, they are not allowed to have children. That's why we tell you over and over. Who said this? This was what? 20th century American president. Roosevelt, he said that. Now, what is the difference? There is no difference. Back in those days, they were killing them straight up, right before the face, without no mercy. This day, how do they do it? How do they do that? They're bringing out the abortion clinics. The abortion clinics, like Joe Biden just, right, removed the ban that Donald Trump, his predecessor, put there. He removed it. He said, you know what? You feeble-minded, ye so-called black African-American women, ye so-called black men, ye so-called Latino and Latino men and women, and native Indian, you feeble-minded, you can't have children in this kingdom. We don't want you to have children. We want you to be homosexual, right? We want your men to sleep with men, and we want your women to sleep with women. Or we want some of your women to sleep with dogs and beasts, animals, and your men. We don't want you to have offsprings. We don't want you to have children. Because you are the weed. We got to weed you out. That has been always the agenda. And it will not change. That has always been the agenda of Esau, Edom, and the other nations. It will not change. It won't change. The Most High said, I'll send my enemy against you, your enemy against you. He didn't say he will send our friends. Do friends take friends to slavery, captivity? No, friends don't do that. So understand that, man. Today, they're still telling you that you're a feeble-minded. How do they do? They're bringing what? Abortion into your community. They tell you, yeah, go ahead and kill your baby. They're promoting homosexuality to your children, your son and your daughter in the school. Right? Elementary school, kindergarten, middle school, high school. What are they pushing for? Homosexuality, transgenderism. They're pushing for destruction. Esau is on a destruction mode, man. That's the main reason why the title of this lesson, this video is what? Learn not the way of the heathen. They're telling your son and your daughter to have relationship, to communicate with what? Demons, evil spirit. And that's why they're telling you to celebrate what? Halloween. Halloween. The day of witchcraft. The day of the witches. The days of weakness. The days of weakness, man. So understand that. Nothing new under the sun, man. Psalm 83. Go to Psalm 83. Actually, let me go to Psalm chapter 2. I want to go to 83 and I'll go to 2 before I go any further. So I can give glory unto the Most High. So I can give glory unto the Most High Yahweh. Let's do that. Let's go to Psalm chapter 2. Let's read it. Even that's what they were doing against Christ. That's why Herod, he ordered to kill all the newborn. When he was not able to catch Christ, the baby being born, guess what he did? He ordered to kill all the newborn from 0 to 2 years old. So it's nothing new under the sun, man. Let's go right here, the book of Psalm. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 2, and verses 1. Psalm chapter 2 and verses 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? You see, the kings of the earth set themselves, and the ruler take counsel together. You see, they take counsel together. Who? Esau, Edom, America, Spain, Germany, England, and the list goes on and on and on. Canada, what did they do? They took counsel together. G7 summit, the World Economic Forum, Davos, in Switzerland, is about to happen in the winter time. The Bilderberg groups, the Bilderberg group, the 10 filthy, dirty, nasty family, the Lee family. And the list goes on and on and on. The United Nations. Let us read it again. It said, the kings of the earth set themselves, and the ruler take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their band asunder and cast away the cord from us. You see, and that's the point, man. Let's go to Psalm 46 and 6. Same thing. Psalm 46 and verse 6. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 46 and verse 6. The heathen rage, the kingdom were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melt. And that's what is going to happen, man. The Lord of hosts is with us. Yahweh is with us, okay? Yahweh is with us. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. B'Hashem Rakai Kodash. The Lord of hosts is with us. The Yahweh of Jacob. The Yahweh of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Hallelujah. All right? So let's go to Jeremiah 5 and 5. He said, let us break the band asunder. So what does it mean? Let us kill them off. Let us cut them off. Let us teach their children, their daughter, the son, homosexuality. Let us teach them evil. We're going to promote violence on the TV, violent rap music. We're going to promote Halloween. We're going to promote wicked things upon the children so we can cut them off. So we can be able to cut them off from what? From the promise. We'll be able to cut them off from what? From the pact the Most have done with our forefather, man. Jeremiah 5 and 5. Before I go to Psalm 83. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 5. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5 and verses 5. I will get me unto the great men, and will speak unto them, for they have not known the way of the Lord, and the judgment of their Yahweh. But these have altogether broken the yoke and burst the bond. So you gotta understand, man. The Most High ain't playing no game. Psalm 83, let's go to it. We're going to see if the agenda of Esau have changed. Let's go to Psalm 83. It's like here, okay? This is the book of Psalm, chapter 83 and verses 1. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemy, so the enemy of the Most High, The enemy of the Most High, Esau, Edom, the Ishmaelite, the Moabite. He said, for lo, thine enemy make a tumult, and they that hate thee, who do they hate? They hate the Most High. So before you hate me, before you hate the Israelite, before you hate the brother and the sister doing the work of the Most High, understand that first and foremost, you hate the Most High. You hate God and you hate Christ. Because if you don't hate God and you don't hate Christ, you cannot hate me. You got to hate the Most High first before you hate me. You got to understand that. Let's read, say, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. So if they hate the Most High, what make you believe that they love the Most High? They are taking crafty counsel. Crafty just means what? Sorcery, witchcraft. The G7 summit, G3, G17, G20, G10, G1, G blah, blah, blah. All your secret meeting that you be having. All your secret phone calls that you be making. Between Washington, D.C., France. Between Washington, D.C., New Zealand. Between Washington, D.C. and Germany. Germany first, and the list goes on and on and on, man. Your dirty and wicked secret call that you're making, the Most High hear everything, man. There is no such thing as secret before the Most High. The Most High see everything, Babylon the Great. So you don't understand that the Most High see everything. Men don't see you, but guess what? The Most High see you. All right, let's see. He said, and consulted against the hidden one. So we are the hidden ones, man. We are the hidden one. They have said, what did they say? Let's see who are the they. The they, that subject, who does it stand for? It's a they. Let's see, we'll find it out. Come and let us cut them off from being a nation. You understand that? That's why they call you African American. That's why they call you Latino. That's why they call you blacks. That's why they call you Beninese, Nigerian, Togolese. Understand that, man. That's why they gave you byword. That's why they call you name. You think because you smart, they didn't call you black because you black. No, they're stereotyping. They're just making you look bad and dirty. You ain't no black. You dark skin. Different shade of brown. Chocolate. Right? He said, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And that's what happened, man. For they have consulted together with one consent. You see, that's what we tell you. None is better than the other. They all have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. They all unite against the Israelite. They unite against Jacob. They unite against the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian. You see that? That's how Esau operates. See, like it. Let me drink some juice quick. I got some medicine, some natural medicine. I homemade. Let me drink some. All praise be unto the Most High. So like it. Okay. So keep in mind, man. Esau ain't playing no game with you. Alright? He said, for they have consulted together with one consent. So they got one consent. They all agreed. They all came up together. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacle of Edom. So the first nation against the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian is Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom, Idumean. Understand? The first one, all right? The second are who? The Ishmaelite. That's why they give you Christianity. That's why they give you Islam. Understand that? That's what the Bible says. If you don't believe it, that means, guess what? You don't believe in God. That means you don't believe in God. That means you don't believe in God. That's what the Most High said. That's the Most High, and that's the Most High. That's what the Most High said. That's the Most High, and that's the Most High. All right. So you got who? The Moabite, the Hagarin, Gebal, Ammon, Amalek, the Philistine, with the inhabitant of Tyre. Esau also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot, Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianite, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, made their noble like Oreb and like Zeb. Yea, all the princes as Zebah and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. You see, oh my Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood. So that's what's going to happen to Esau eventually. Some of you, you're trying to save Esau, right? Some of you out there, you're trying to save your slave master, right? You try and save your slave master, it's not going to happen. The Most High already set up everything. The mastermind, the Most High Yahweh, he already set up everything. You can't change it, buddy. You can't change it. You can't save Esau. That will be as what? Stubble. That will be as a wood that the fire burneth. That's what we're reading right now, man. That will be as a wood that fire burneth. Wow. I thought everybody's going to serve. I thought John 3:16. Supposedly, according to Christianity, John 3:16, everybody going to be saved. Everybody going to make it to the kingdom. That's what they say. No, it's not happening, buddy. And the Most High is not down with it. All right? So they've been plotting this thing for so long. So why would you go down and celebrate Thanksgiving, celebrate Halloween? No. No pumpkin should be getting to your house. No costumes. That's weakness. That's garbage. It's not of the Most High. That's Christianity. And as the flame setteth the mountain on fire. So the mountain, it stands for nation. It stands for family. It stands for a group of people. So they will be on fire. Esau, Edom. So persecute them with that tempest. That's what the Most High said. So Esau, eventually, the Most High will persecute Esau, Edom with his tempest. That's what we're reading. This is a Bible prophecy. He said, and make them afraid with thy storm. That's why they're freaking out. He's in the midst of the Feast of Tabernacle, right? So I bought a goat, right? I bought a goat. It's a live goat. I bought it from, Ishmaelite, right? Right? Because I can't deal with Esau. Esau's too wicked. So I went to Ishmael and I bought the goat alive, right? And I brought it home. So I slaughtered the goat, right? Getting ready to undress it. Guess what happened? Because I have a fire pit. I have a fire pit in my backyard. So I load my fire pit with wood and I set up the fire so I can burn the hair of the goat as, our forefather used to do. Right? And the next thing I realized, one of these devil Edomites, they call the fire department. They call the fire station, the fire department, and they lied to the fire department, and they told the fire department that I'm burning trash. You see, that's how wicked Esau. Esau is so wicked at that point. Very wicked. They don't mind their business. Now, let's even suppose I was burning a trash. Now, that shouldn't be your business. Right? You guys they have been polluting the whole earth for all this time, and nobody say anything about it. We've not done anything. Now, guess what? When the fire people came, knock on my gate, I open up. They say, well, somebody. I said, who? I said, who called you, man? He said, we don't know. I said, are you sure you don't know? I said, so you didn't see the phone number? So you guys telling me you don't know who called you. So I'm just want to expose them. They're lying. 2 Edomite guy. Big Edomite guy. I said, sir, you see, that's a lie right there. He said, I said, sir, this is my property. Now, other people minding my business, that they're already violating. That's already trespassing some way, right? He said, yeah, we understand. But I said, sir, you see what is that? Oh, you had a goat. Okay. I said, you see? But they called you and told you that I'm burning what? I'm burning trash. You see? Bearing false witness. Morning. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah. Where are you from? I'm from El Salvador. A quick question. Do you know who are the Israelites? No. Do you know who you are according to the Bible? Who you are according to the Bible? Do you know? No. Alright, so according to the Bible, you don't know who you are. So you call yourself Salvadoreño, right? So where in the Bible did God call you Salvadoreño? Where in the Bible? Can you show me? Can you Google it on your phone?
What do you want me to Google?
Where did God call you? Did God call you Salvadoreño?
What?
Did God, how did God call the people of El Salvador? How did God call the people of El Salvador? I want to show you something that you don't know. So maybe when you go home, so when you go home, you should meditate upon it. You should think about it. Huh? That's what God called you? No, God didn't call you like that, sis. You know how God called you? You're an Israelite. Is your father, so quick question, is your father from El Salvador or he's from Europe?
He's from El Salvador.
He's from El Salvador. He's a native from El Salvador. Yeah. Alright, so that'll make you from the tribe of Zebulun, right? So you believe in God, right? You believe in God? Yeah. Let me read you something quick. I don't want you to die. I want to read you something. Is that your car? Yeah. You see what you got in that car right there? How do you call it? What is the name? What is the general name for that?
I don't know. I have it because someone gave it to me.
Huh?
I have it because someone gave it to me, but like...
So do you believe in that?
No, I don't.
So why do you have in your car then?
Because it's just a decoration, right?
It's not a decoration. Who told you it's a decoration? How do you know it's a decoration?
Because I'm Christian, but I don't believe in like statues.
So why you have in your car? So give it to me. I'm gonna put it in the trash right now. Give it to me right now.
Because someone gave it to me.
It doesn't matter. It's trash. That's idol right there, sis. You know God can kill you because of that. You know that, right? God can kill you because of that. That's idolatry. God hates it. I'm gonna read it to you. Watch. I'll read it to you. I'm gonna show you quick. Watch. I'll show you because everything is in the Bible. I'm not gonna speak my mouth. Watch this. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verses 1. Verses 2. He said, I am the Lord thy God. We have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. It's not that thing, right? Not that thing. Watch this. He said, out of the house of bondage. Amen. It said, thou shalt not have no other God before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven. Now, that's a graven image, sis. That's a graven image right there. Sis, put in the trash right there. I used to be Catholics too. I used to be Catholics too, sis. Why would I lie to you?
I'm just going to give it back to the person who gave it to me.
Don't do that. You adding sin to sin. Don't do that. Put in the trash. That thing, is that gold?
Yeah, I know. I don't believe in that thing, but like...
So if you don't believe in it, why are you concerned? That's trash. That's garbage right there. You toss it in the trash, sis. Do you love God? I don't think so. If you love God, when I told you that, you take it out and you put it in the trash. How much it costs? You want me to give you the money? It's not special. That's garbage. That's idolatry right there. Why are you saying special? Only God is special, man. God, He lives in heaven, man. That's not special. That's garbage right there. That's idol. You should put it in the fire, burn it. Put it in the trash, man. The most I can flip your car over that thing. Understand that? You see that sis? That sis is proud. He's proud. He's a special. Yeah. Because that's the spirit of Christian. That's Christianity. That's how they feel. That's the zeal of the Christian. That's how they feel. They're proud. Right? They're proud. I rebuke her anyway. Salakia, man. I'll be right back. Salakia, all right? I'm going to be right back. Salakia, king. Salakia. All right? She won't let that garbage, that idol, man. You see, that's the problem. That's the problem for our people, man. They don't have that spirit. They don't want to humble themselves. They're always proud, you know. They're always trying to justify their weakness. It's always like that, man. Our people, they're always like that. They're very proud. It's the Christian church. It's the Christianity. Christianity, that's what it did to our people. It destroyed our people. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praise, glory, power be unto the Most High forever and ever and ever. Amen. Hallelujah. Kwam Yeshala, Kwam Yeshala. Right? But anyway, you know what? The Most High already rebuked her. Right? The Most High already rebuked her. Right? It's very simple, man. So let's get back to Psalm 83. So persecute them. This is the book of Psalm chapter 83 and verses 15. So persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their face with shame. So shame eventually is going to cover Esau, Edom. Shame is going to cover Esau, Edom. Right now, they're proud. They're on the top. They're running everything. They're ruling everything. They're doing the boss. Right? They're the CEO, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's all good. Eventually, the Most High said, well, shame is going to cover Esau, Edom, for all the iniquity, all the evil is done against the 12 tribes of Israel, against the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian. The Most High said, shame is going to come upon Esau, Edom. And we can bring it out. We can bring it out from all over the Bible. We can go in Isaiah. We can go in Ezekiel. We can go in Genesis. We can go in 2 Thessalonians. Listen, all over the place, man. We can go to Daniel, Jeremiah, Micah, Obadiah, and the list goes on and on.